Hey guys, Alex with Rapid Fire Rundown. Today, I'm just going to show you guys this new optic I have for my staccato coming in. We're going to have a really quick unboxing as I am going to have a continued evaluation on this optic, as well as taking a deeper dive into the current Instagram and YouTube fad of enclosed optics. So we have a lot to discuss today. Let's get to it. In front of us, we have a Aimpoint, just a kind of cardboard paper box, nothing too great. Trishicon, I'm going to be honest, Trishicon sends really nice plastic-like shells for their ACOGs, RMRs, etc. So I was hoping for something like that, but hey, who really cares, right? We're just going to throw this away anyway. When we open up the box, immediately, we've got an ACRO in the center. So this is the ACRO P-2. As many of you know, the original ACRO had abysmal battery life, which was actually its largest drawback by far. Its battery life would only last a couple of weeks, maybe a month or two if you kept the settings pretty low. And the ACRO P2 is going to have a significantly higher battery life. Taking a quick look at the optic, we have the adjustment, so plus and minus for the brightness. I'm going to try to give you guys a sight picture really quick. There we go. And if we turn it up, it gets Aimpoint bright, right? It's called Aimpoint bright for a reason. If we go all the way down, we have 4 night vision settings. So you'll see that my camera won't even detect them. So this optic is going to look great under night vision from what I've seen online. Surprisingly, even though this is a enclosed emitter optic, and there are realistically, I think, 4 panes of glass here because of 2 sacrificial lenses, for whatever reason, the ACRO is supposed to be pretty phenomenal under IR or under night vision. So I will have a video showing that in the future. Let's get this box out of the way for a moment. And just to continue and show off the optic, we have the adjustment over here, which looks a little bit odd, but we'll get to that. The adjustment for elevation up over here. And then this is going to be how you unscrew the battery. In the front of the optic, it is not too reflective, I'd say. Probably about as reflective as an RMR, maybe even less so if I'm being honest. But of course, if you need that to cut down on reflectivity, you can always buy kill flashes. This is the 3.5 MOA model. As I prefer larger dots on my carry guns or just guns in general, smaller dots, you can kind of lose them under recoil, which is a training issue, but even then, I just have that preference. Now, like I said, this is my first foray into enclosed optics, barring, of course, the EOTech and the ACOG. So we will have updated videos, I'd say probably every 1,000 rounds of this optic if I have delamination issues, or if I crack any lenses, or if I find it's losing zero, all the normal issues you could run into that non-enclosed optics really don't run into these issues that much. I've had multiple RMRs that haven't had anything, but I've seen some horror stories online with people's ACROs, and that's something I really want to pay attention to. So please continue and come back to the channel over time, and we'll be talking a lot more about this optic. This is just our first look at it. This is a unique mounting pattern on the bottom. This runs a cross bolt design, so do understand you can't throw this like a Glock MOS. This does need to be milled by someone like Wager Machine for specifically the ACRO. And that's about it for this optic. Pretty self-explanatory. It is a red dot. There's really not that much to cover other than to say I am really excited, and it looks the dot just looks incredibly crisp. It's working with my astigmatism very well. So I'm curious if this is a better astigmatism optic than others, like let's say green optics. I happen to hate green optics. I think green blends in with nature way too much, and I prefer red. This may be a great substitute, but we'll continue and evaluate that as time goes on. One other thing before this video concludes is if we take the mesh out of the bottom, we have the instructional pamphlet. You do need to register your warranty with Aimpoint, so just make sure you give them a call or go to that website to figure that out. And this is the tool for mounting it. Like I said, it's a little bit different for the mounting as well as the zero adjustment, which has pros and cons. First of all, this little star over here is how you're, of course, going to manipulate this cross bolt. You're actually going to put this to hand tightness and then I think a quarter turn more. So not the most precise measurement from aim point, but it'll do. And then this right here, if I can get this to focus for you guys, it looks like a little prong, little fork, cattle prong. That's what it looks like. This actually goes into these little divots on the circle, right? These little holes. Hopefully you can see that. There we go. And that is going to be how you adjust the windage and the elevation of your optic. Okay? So, the good news and the bad news. Good news is these are not going to get bumped by anything, and you're going to maintain zero. There are a lot of optics, like scopes, that I've used in the past that can get bumped, and the zero can be lost. That's definitely not going to happen here. The bad news is you're going to need to have this tool with you at all times if you do need to re-zero your optic, which is definitely a little bit of a downside, but not everything. Companies have different strategies for everything, right? Some choose to be able to allow you to put like a 9mm case and to do the adjustment. This one is just a little bit different, but hey, I guess there's a benefit to it. Okay, so what do you guys think of the ACRO? Do you think I'm going to have a good time with this optic? Oh, there we go. Better be durable. Do you think I'm going to have a good time with this optic? Have you had issues with yours? Tune in over the course of this channel and I'll give you guys updates as time goes on. So thanks for tuning into the video and I'll see you guys in the next one.